Hello, and welcome to my What the F podcast. I'm Tina, your IVF mindset and fertility coach and mum of a miracle boy after 4 years of IVF treatment. If you're in the IVF trenches or going through the loneliness, soul-destroying and tears of infertility, then you're in the right place. You are not alone in this. I'm here to help you be kinder to yourself, even in the toughest moments when you feel so frustrated and overwhelmed and feel like giving up. Together, we will help you to find happiness and peace during one of the toughest chapters of your life. And if there is just one thing that you take away from this podcast and work on, then my heart is already full. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to What the F, from Infertility Exhaustion to Peace. I'm Tina, and today we're talking about something a little bit different, but incredibly powerful at the same time. And that's the intersection of energy, mindset, and fertility. Now, if you've been going through your TTC journey for a while, you probably know that the emotional and mental toll of it all is exhausting, unbearable at times. I work a lot with the mind, right? Rewiring your thoughts and also the mind, body, and energy connection, which I know and have seen in my clients can literally shift your entire journey and how you feel. And that's basically what we're talking about today and what we're unpacking today. So we're talking about how science and holistic healing work together. NLP, which stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming, which I am a master practitioner of, visualization and energy therapies like Reiki and sound healing, and how you can integrate these practices into your life in a practical way, even on your busiest and most stressful days. Why mindset and energy matter? So if we start with mindset, your mind controls up to 90% of what you do, often without you even realizing it or being aware of it. And so that means all your thoughts and anything you're telling yourself, your beliefs, the fears and doubts that you carry about your life, about your fertility journey, about your body, about your worth, they literally shape your experience and how you feel every single day. So if you're constantly stressing, worrying, or replaying thoughts around what ifs, or having doubts about your treatment cycle working or not working, your body literally reacts to that. So cortisol level rises, your blood flow changes, so it tends to move away from your reproductive organs to other parts of your body. And all of a sudden, your body is in what I call the survival mode, right? Instead of being in the fertile, nurturing mode, it goes into survival. And this is where the NLP work comes in. NLP, or Neuro Linguistic Programming, is a way to rewire the subconscious and conscious mind. And it helps you notice the thought patterns that aren't helping you, the thought patterns that are not serving you. And they could be like the fear of loss, self-blame, self-shame, or doubt. And it helps you by replacing them with empowering thoughts and patterns that support your fertility, support yourself beyond fertility, and your emotional health and well-being. And here's why the energy piece connects your thoughts, emotions, and body aren't separate. They're all one system, all connected. When fear, grief, or stress is trapped in your energy field, it can feel really heavy or stuck, and you can even feel like physical symptoms. And I know a lot of the women I work with, sometimes when they're in this state, they'll say to me that they're having lots of pain in their stomach or lower back or shoulders. And I know for me personally, when I was going through my journey, my 4 years of fertility treatment, I think it was after like 2.5 years in, I started, and it was during COVID, and my husband had been made redundant. So there was a lot going on. I started getting severe gastric issues, like acid reflux every single day and a few times a day. Like I literally couldn't even sleep. I had to sleep sitting up. And it was really, really bad. It got so bad that I had to put all my treatment on hold and see yet another specialist. So I had to go and see a gastroenterologist and have a camera put down me, on top of everything else. Why not, right? And then I was basically put on to really strong meds to reduce the acid reflux in my stomach and heal my stomach before we could start treatment again. And that went on for, it felt like forever, but I think it was about 6 to 8 months, because we were in a service apartment. We'd moved out of our apartment, we'd gone traveling, we'd come back, and basically COVID hit. So borders were closed and we were in Singapore jobless. Well, my husband didn't have a job, and he had 6 months to find a job, because all of our embryos were here. And with the borders being closed, we couldn't ship our embryos to anywhere else. So he had to find a job at the worst possible time when people were losing their job, so that we could stay here. So yeah, all of that was extremely stressful. So I know that it was that stress with the combination of the meds I was taking, hormones, blood thinners, I was taking like Claxine and aspirin, when, my body just started going into overdrive. And that's where Reiki, sound therapy, and other energy practices come in to support you. So let's get practical. Like, you don't have to become, I don't expect you to become a meditation expert overnight and become a monk where you're spending hours on energy work to feel a difference, right? Here are 3 tools that I use with my clients all the time that you can also use. So number 1, the first one is NLP visualization. There is so much science behind visualization that I could spend this entire podcast talking about it, but I won't. It's an NLP tool and it's extremely powerful and effective. So here is a really short exercise that you can do in your own time. Close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths. With every exhale, feel your body starting to soften, your shoulders dropping down, your jaw softening, the tension in your forehead just melting away. Picture yourself in a calm, safe space, and imagine that your body is responding positively. Your reproductive system, your ovaries, your uterus working perfectly and feeling happy. And you feeling serene and supported in every way. What can you hear? What can you feel? Smell? What can you see? Imagine every little detail. Notice colors, sounds, quiet or loud. Any symbols that you see. Really immerse yourself into this positive and calming experience. And it's actually that simple. I want you to try doing this for 5 to 10 minutes every day. Even this short practice starts to rewire your subconscious to reduce fear and anxiety. Okay, and the second one is energy clearing with sound. So this can be as simple as playing a sound bath or chimes at home, or just listening to a recording. So I often do recordings for my clients, but for the ones that are here in Singapore, the one-to-one clients here in Singapore, we do a one-to-one sound bowl healing session together, which is incredibly powerful. And while you listen to the sound bath or the chimes at home, I want you to sit quietly, close your eyes, and let the vibrations move through every part of your body. Imagine tension, fear, and self-doubt dissolving with every sound, with each vibration that you feel. Notice the sensations in your body, in all parts of your body, and the vibrations reaching all the cells in your body as you slowly feel the tension melting away and the energy flowing freely. It's as if you've opened up that tap that was blocked and the water is flowing freely. And number 3, Reiki, or hands-on energy work. So even if you can't see an energy therapist or Reiki therapist, you can do some practices at home. And it's very simple. Like, you place your hands gently over your belly. So one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or wherever you feel that tension. And take slow and deep and intentional breaths and visualize warm, healing energy moving through your body. So you can give it a color, like a warm yellow golden glow that starts to move through your body. And then set yourself the intention. I release fear. I release doubt. I nurture my body. I support my body. I support my fertility. You can also work with energy healers in person or online. There's, you might all be based in different parts of the world, but if you just take a look and see who's around you that can help, just make sure they are Reiki trained, qualified, or other types of energy healers have the qualifications. I was a bit unsure about doing Reiki. So I am a Reiki practitioner myself, and I practice it on myself every single day pretty much. But there's nothing like getting someone else to help you, right? Like, coaches need coaches, healers need healers. So I did an incredible angelic Reiki healing session over Zoom. And it was a lady based in the UK. She was incredible, by the way. So if you ever want to work with her, please get in touch with me and I'd be happy to share the details. I was a bit unsure as to how this would work on Zoom because she was explaining how she does it all through Zoom. But honestly, it was incredible. And it was one of the best healing energy sessions I've had in a long time, pretty much. For what I can remember, it was one of the best sessions. Like, she did an amazing job at doing it online. I had my laptop open, I sat on my bed, and then she instructed me to lie down after an intro session, just talking. We started the healing, and she was playing some incredible music, and she just asked me to lie down, and she did all the work. So I had my laptop on the side, and I was lying in my own bed, and she did it. And it was, honestly, it was amazing. Like, I felt so good after, and even that week I just felt so good. So those are the 3 tools that you can use and you can practice at home, and do these regularly. Like, you can't just do it once and be like, okay, it's amazing, I feel the shift, right? It has to be consistently done. So you might be thinking, Tina, this sounds way too spiritual. Is there any actual science behind it? And yes, absolutely. So neuroplasticity shows us the brain can literally change the way it functions based on thoughts and experiences. So that means visualizing and visualization work and energy work. They're not just fluff. They're literally creating new neural pathways that can support you to feel calmer, resilient, trust yourself, but also help you to get to where you need to get to, where you want to get to. And when your mind calms, your body follows. Your energy becomes aligned. Your body, your system is more receptive to fertility treatments or even natural conception because that stress is no longer hijacking your reproductive system. And it really is that simple. But it's not as simple as saying to someone, just relax, because that doesn't work. You need to have the tools and the strategies that I use and that other people use that are NLP trained to be able and do those frequently to be able to bring about the changes. So it can happen and you can do it, but it takes time and you need to be using the right tools, strategies, and have those to work with. And I know, honestly, I know that there are a lot of coaches out there that are talking about mindset and neuroscience and neuroplasticity, but I really do get it because I have studied neuroscience for 4 years. I have a degree in it from Cardiff University in Wales. And I also spent a year in a neurology hospital and research centre doing a placement year in California and wrote a thesis. So I get it. Like, I really understand neuroscience and neuroplasticity and how it works. And I'm here to tell you that it's all real. Like, it's not fluff. It is actually, it can actually happen and is happening every day where you consciously choose to change your thoughts and reframe them. And you don't have to spend hours and hours every day because you might be thinking, oh my God, I have so much to do with, it's hard enough trying to be on top of fertility stuff like injection timings, appointment timings, scans, like that in itself is a full-time job. And you have a full-time job as well. And you've got to manage your life in the house and everything else. But even like 5 to 10 minutes of any of these practices can make a huge difference. So here's how you can try and integrate it into your everyday life. So in the morning, while you're having your cup of tea or your coffee, you can do the 5-minute visualization. In the afternoon, you can play a 10-minute sound bath while doing chores or sitting quietly, or even while you're having your lunch, right? So, or just take a 10-minute break from your desk if you're working in the office or at home. Go and just take a walk or just go and sit somewhere quietly. And then in the evening, you can do, your own sort of energy work by putting your hand on your belly and your heart before you go to bed. Or like I say, find someone who is trained to do a healing session for you. And I think the key thing and the thing I want to say is consistency, intention, and self-kindness. Those 3 things are key. You're not just doing these for your fertility journey. Like, I know I'm a fertility coach. I'm also a life coach. So you're doing this, you're nurturing yourself, you're reducing anxiety from your journey, but from everything else as well that you're going through, like your work pressures, life pressures, and you're reclaiming a sense of control over your life, which is so important. So, beautiful souls, here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Number 1. Your thoughts, emotions, and energy are all connected to your fertility journey. Number 2, you can rewire your mind and release fear through NLP tools and techniques, and by working with an NLP trained coach can only help you to get there faster and you get the guided support that you need. Number 3, energy therapies like Reiki and sound healing are practical tools to help your body and mind feel lighter, calmer, and more energized, and helps you release some of that stagnant energy that's built up. Number 4, even a few minutes a day consistently can create lasting change. That these aren't short-term changes just while you're going through your first cycle or your second cycle or a transfer. These are changes that are created in the brain that will be with you forever. Remember, this journey isn't just about medical treatments. It's about nurturing yourself every step of the way. You deserve to feel calm, supported, and connected to your body through all of this and anything else that you're going through on top of it. Life doesn't wait to throw shit at you because you're on the fertility journey. Like, it will still keep throwing shit at you. So it's about how you react, how you respond, and finding ways and tools to help yourself. If this episode made you feel something or even shifted a couple of thoughts that you're having, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. The more we spread the word, the more women I can reach and support so they are not silently grieving and feeling all alone. Take care of yourself, be kind, be gentle, and remember, your mind, your energy, and your body are your allies on this journey. If you found today's conversation helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your support helps others to find the safe space, and I'm so grateful for that. And if you're ready to take the next step in your fertility journey, get in touch with me. I'm here to help, guide, and support you through this process. So whether you need help shifting your mindset or just someone to listen, I'm with you every step of the way. I want you to remember that your fertility journey is uniquely yours, and that is enough. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle, and trust that you are incredible. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for, and every step you take is a step forward towards your healing and towards your growth. Sending you love, strength, and all the support you need. Until next time.